In recent times, I have found myself hiding the true depth of my emotions from you, carrying a quiet burden that has weighed heavily on my heart. When you sought clarity about how I felt, I gave you an answer that was not entirely honest, and I have lived with the regret of that moment ever since. It was not a lie born of indifference, but one rooted in fear of what admitting the truth would require of me, fear of how deeply I had already fallen, and fear of the vulnerability that comes with loving someone so profoundly. Though my words may have suggested uncertainty or distance, my heart has always spoken a different truth, one that has never wavered. From the very beginning, I felt a connection with you that transcended anything physical or superficial. It was something rare and extraordinary, as though my soul recognized yours before our paths ever crossed, as if we were meant to find each other in this lifetime. Your energy drew me in immediately, effortlessly, like a familiar warmth I didn't realize I had been searching for. There was something about you that felt both grounding and electrifying, a presence that brought comfort and healing simply by existing. Through our connection, I began to confront parts of myself I had long ignored, old wounds, unresolved pain, and emotional scars I didn't even realize were shaping my behavior. Being close to you stirred something deep within me, awakening both my sensual and spiritual self. Our bond opened doors inside me that had been sealed shut for years, allowing me to grow, to feel, and to heal in ways I once thought were beyond my reach. You became a guiding light in my life, illuminating paths I never would have dared to explore on my own. You showed me perspectives I hadn't considered, possibilities I hadn't allowed myself to imagine. To me, you are a bringer of blessings, a symbol of hope, abundance, and transformation. Your presence didn't just alter my external world, it reshaped something fundamental within me. Since meeting you, I've experienced a new sense of maturity and purpose, a clarity that had long eluded me. You helped me see myself differently, more honestly, and more compassionately. The impact you've had on my life is immeasurable, and my gratitude for you runs deeper than words can fully express. Yet despite the intensity and beauty of what I felt, fear held me captive. I was afraid of how powerful my emotions were, afraid of the vulnerability that comes with fully opening one's heart, and most of all, afraid of losing something as precious as you. Instead of trusting the connection and allowing myself to be seen, I retreated inward, hiding behind hesitation and half-truths. I convinced myself that withholding my feelings would somehow protect me, not realizing that in doing so, I was slowly creating distance between us. That fear became a silent barrier, one that prevented me from showing up as fully and honestly as you deserved. Now I find myself at a turning point, standing at a crossroads where the weight of keeping my truth hidden has become unbearable. The silence has grown heavier than the fear ever was. I've spent countless moments in reflection, searching my heart and seeking divine guidance, praying for the courage to approach you with honesty and humility. I have asked for the strength to face the consequences of my actions and to heal any rift my choices may have caused between us. I can no longer ignore the truth of how deeply I love you or the regret I carry for not expressing it sooner. My love for you has only grown stronger with time, even through distance, misunderstandings, and moments of separation. You remain constantly on my mind, woven into my thoughts in ways I cannot escape or erase. Memories of your laughter, the sound of your voice, and the way you made me feel truly seen replay in my heart over and over again. They bring comfort, reminding me of how deeply I was touched by you, but they also bring heartbreak, because they highlight what I fear I may have lost. You are irreplaceable to me. You loved me without conditions, offering a kind of affection that was pure, selfless, and profoundly rare. Only now do I fully understand how invaluable that kind of love truly is. With that understanding comes a deep and persistent fear, the fear that my mistakes have cost me your trust, that my silence and hesitation may have pushed you away, and that you may have found peace or love elsewhere. The thought of losing you to someone else is a pain I can scarcely put into words. It is a realization that cuts deeply, forcing me to confront the consequences of not acting sooner, of not being brave enough when it mattered most. Despite these fears, there is an undeniable urgency within me to finally speak my truth. There is something significant I have kept hidden for far too long, and though revealing it may surprise or even shock you, I hope with all my heart that you will understand. My hesitation was never a reflection of a lack of love for you, it was a reflection of my own insecurities, my unresolved pain, and my fear of repeating past wounds. I regret the moments when I allowed those fears to dictate my actions, the times I let doubt silence my heart and push me away from expressing how deeply I felt. I see now how my choices may have hurt you, and for that, I am profoundly sorry. Causing you pain was never my intention, it was the unintended result of my internal battles and my inability to confront them sooner. Through this journey, I have come to understand that love is not about control, self-protection, or fear of loss. Love is about trust, gratitude, vulnerability, and acceptance. It is about choosing honesty even when it feels terrifying. Your love taught me the importance of being present, of cherishing the moment, and of focusing on the blessings before me rather than dwelling on what I lack. You inspired me to see life through a new lens, one rooted in authenticity and courage. I have watched your growth from afar, seen how you've committed to your own healing, and felt the strength of the light you now radiate. Your transformation has not gone unnoticed. It has inspired me deeply, awakening a desire within me to grow, to change, and to become a better version of myself. Because of you, I have begun doing the inner work, taking intentional steps to align my actions with my truth, and striving to live with the honesty and openness that love truly deserves. I know about your feelings, no matter how carefully you try to hide them from the world and even from yourself. I notice the lingering looks you think no one sees, the pauses in your voice, and the unspoken emotions that sit quietly behind your words. I understand the hidden meanings you try to disguise with logic and reason. You have always been a practical person, someone who relies more on the mind than the heart, choosing what feels safe and sensible over what feels deeply emotional. And yet, despite that practicality, I know, without a doubt, that you care for me sincerely. I have felt it in the smallest moments, the ones you didn't think mattered, and in the way your energy changes when I am near, even when you pretend otherwise. I have seen your possessive side emerge when someone else tried to come close to me, even though you never openly admitted it. I have also seen your vulnerability, the softer part of you that you work so hard to protect and conceal. No matter how much you try to mask it with composure and control, that part of you still surfaces, especially when you least expect it. You once asked me how I managed to understand you so well, how I seemed to know what you were thinking without you ever saying it out loud. That day, I told you the truth, I never read your mind. I simply feel your heart. And even now, from a distance, I can still feel it clearly, as if space and silence mean nothing to what connects us. I can feel your feelings for me growing stronger with each passing day, even when you try to suppress them or convince yourself otherwise. I sense the internal struggle you face daily, the quiet war you fight within yourself. One part of you tells you that you've moved on, that you should leave me undisturbed, that reopening old emotions would only complicate things. Yet another part of you holds on to hope, the hope that I might still feel the same way, that the connection we shared was not something easily replaced or forgotten. Slowly, you're beginning to realize that no one else has ever loved you as deeply as I did, that the bond we shared was unlike anything you've experienced since. You may have tried to connect with others, but something always felt incomplete. You struggled to trust them fully, to let your guard down the way you once did with me. Despite your trust issues with the world, your heart still trusts me, even when your mind argues against it. Sometimes, this realization frustrates you. You feel angry when you sense me still living within you despite the distance and lack of contact. You wonder why I remain present in your thoughts, your emotions, and your dreams when you've tried so hard to let go. You are tired of this endless back and forth, exhausted by the emotional tug-of-war that keeps pulling you in opposite directions. Deep down, you crave clarity. You no longer want to exist in uncertainty or confusion. You want a clear, decisive path, either for the universe to align in a way that brings me back to you completely, or for you to finally forget about me and move on without this constant ache. I can feel your longing, your frustration, and your love all at once, intertwining in ways that leave you emotionally drained yet unable to detach. And I want you to know that I love you just as deeply, perhaps even more than I can put into words. My understanding of you comes from the fact that I am experiencing the very same emotions, the same confusion, and the same longing. We are mirroring each other at a soul level, reflecting the same lessons, fears, and desires back to one another. Our connection is not ordinary, it is something rare and profound. We are soul-connected, true divine counterparts who were meant to cross paths to awaken something deeper within each other. When I first told you this, you didn't fully believe me. You questioned it, doubted it, and tried to rationalize it away. But now, with time and distance, you are beginning to see the truth behind my words and understand what I meant all along. Please don't be so harsh with yourself for what has happened. We are all doing the best we can with the awareness we have at the moment. The past cannot be changed, no matter how much we replay it in our minds or wish we had chosen differently. What matters now is what we decide to do moving forward. Healing does not come from self-blame or punishment, it comes from honesty, compassion, and listening to your inner truth. So close your eyes, quiet your thoughts, and ask your heart what it truly wants, without fear, without logic, and without overthinking. When you receive that answer, trust it. And if that answer leads you back to me, then reach out. Text me, and let's talk, let's try, and let's see if we can make this work in a way that honors both of us. And my dear, please remember that these messages are general in nature. They are meant to bring a smile to your face, offer comfort, and support your healing in whatever way you need. If they resonate with you, take what serves you. If they don't, feel free to let them go. Either way, know that they were sent with sincerity, care, and love.